On Friday, June 27th, Governor Patrick and many other local dignitaries were at Plymouth Harbor to announce that the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has approved the designation of the all-state coastal waters in the Commonwealth as a no-discharge area, or NDA, which will preserve and protect the Commonwealth's coastline by banning commercial and recreational vessels from releasing sewage anywhere along the coast. NDAs protect water quality and aquatic life from pathogens, nutrients, and chemical products contained in discharged sewage, and also reduce the risk of human illness, making it safer to swim, boat, fish, and eat shellfish from protected waters. To help boaters comply with no discharge requirements, there are more than 100 boat sewage pump-out facilities conveniently located along the Massachusetts coast. Many of these facilities are pump-out boats, which have the added convenience of bringing the pump-out to the boater. Plymouth was a leader in this area and worked with surrounding communities as well as the governor's office. When Governor Patrick took office in 2007, only 16% of state waters had been designated as NDAs. The Patrick administration set a goal of a statewide designation by 2014. PCN was at the waterfront to bring you this success story.
As chairman of the Board of Selectmen and with my colleagues, it's a pleasure to welcome all of you to Plymouth on such a beautiful, beautiful day.
And we're here today in Plymouth because Plymouth, together with a handful of other towns along the South Shore, Duxbury and Kingston, for example, have shown extraordinary leadership on an issue around which we have an extraordinary accomplishment to announce today. Clean and healthy coastal waters are essential for our well-being. We all know that from an environmental point of view, from an economic point of view. And no one knows the value of clean water better than a boater. Boating sewage contains bacteria, viruses, nutrients, and chemicals that can be harmful to water quality and public health. That's why in our administration we established a goal in 2007 to make all state coastal and marine waters a no-discharge area, making it illegal to dispose of both treated and untreated boat sewage. All of which is to say that we are well prepared for today's announcement, which is that as of today, that is 100% of Massachusetts coastal waters are designated a no-discharge area.
When Governor Patrick came into office in 2007, he made the goal of reaching 100% no discharge, and we have reached that goal under his government. This is a promise made and a promise kept, and thank you very much, Governor Patrick.
From Portsmouth to New York is a no discharge zone for the boating public. That is an incredible accomplishment, and Massachusetts owning so much of that area has been so important in getting us to where we need to go. All the resources of the federal government, the state government, local government, planning authorities, all involved, and right down to the harbor master level. This is an example of how government needs to work in the future to deal with complicated problems in our coastal zone.
If we didn't take the measures that we have in place today and we're celebrating today, we would not be able in the future maybe to mitigate some of the effects that I talked about. And even so, if they could be mitigated, they would be so much more costly to deal with.
What we do and what today's announcement fundamentally about is bearing our generational responsibility. And that is that we are to do everything we can, when and as we can, to leave things better for those who come behind us. I'm confident that's what today's announcement is about. That is what we have done, and I thank all of those who had such a meaningful role over many, many years in getting us to today. Thank you very much.
So it's a day that everyone succeeds, taxpayers, people that enjoy marine life, the residents in our area, and the economy of Massachusetts and our nation all will benefit from this.
Well, first of all, Plymouth, Duxbury, and Kingston have shown such incredible leadership on these issues for a long time now, and what we're doing is scaling to the rest of the Massachusetts coastal waters, what started right here. And it's very much about our well-being, our environmental well-being, our economic well-being, and our future. And it's marvelous, as so many of the speakers said, to have had the collaboration of local, state, and federal authorities, and so many private advocates to be able to announce this kind of milestone.
Well, today's a great example of how people coming together at all government levels can do something that's smart for taxpayers, saving money, and importantly, deal with something that is important to our local economy right here in Plymouth in terms of tourism. And in terms of the marine industries that are here, making sure the shellfish beds and other things aren't contaminated, making sure people aren't, from a public health standpoint, endangering themselves because of the microcosms that come from discharge, which can lead to hepatitis and to gastroenteritis. So all this, whether it's a public health issue, an economic issue, or environmental issue, came together today. It really set an example across the country. So from America's hometown, hopefully today's message will spread to the rest of the country to make sure that the example here is followed. And
as I shared earlier, it was close to 100,000 gallons that is actually pumped out would have otherwise been in our coastal waters. That makes a huge difference to the amount of nitrates and phosphates that are in our water that end up in our estuaries. And so this is a big day for us to see that the governor has come down, the congressman, and a host of other people to celebrate this milestone is a big deal for America's hometown. So excited to be here.
I'm proud to be part of this. Being here today, seeing the support that we've received from Congressman Keating and Governor Patrick and our own Board of Selectmen makes you feel really proud. And to be able to showcase this area that we're in today is something I was looking forward to all week.
The NDAA benefits local waters here by making sure that we have water quality that's good for all of our recreation activities, swimming, boating, shellfishing, and this is just one more way, along with our treatment facility and our stormwater improvements, to keep our bay clean.